Good afternoon. Uh, Grab a cup of coffee and let's see what we get into. Mute this one. The other day I was going to go live. Hey Joe, thanks for stopping there, brother. I was going to go live and show you what's going on, but for some godly reason, my laptop didn't like me, so it didn't want to go on air or go on the internet. Hey Kai, um, yesterday I found out that my nephew passed away. He was fighting um, liver cancer real bad. Uh, he lost his battle with it, but now he's in a better place. A lot of feedback. Let me see if I can adjust this mic. Is that any better? It's where the room is empty and it's echoing real bad. So if I turn down the mic a little bit, maybe it'll help. Because I'm right there's the camera. But what I wanted to let's show you what I've got done so far. I did this off camera because if it didn't work, y'all never would have seen it. Period. But it is working, and uh, go to the next stage. It's going to be a double main line all the way around. Uh, this right here is the critical spot. Hearing me twice. Oh, okay. You just like to hear my voice, Joe. um, I'm still trying to learn this new laptop. The old lady uh, set up for me, well, donated to me for the room. What I have done is I've got a 3/4 inch piece of plywood with one buys down here, and then supports in between. I'll lift it up and show you here in a minute. Don't apologize, brother. Never apologize. They what I've done is I've took a I don't have any that I haven't prepared yet. The straight track that you get, what, 9 inches long. I've took the ends off. It has them funky looking ties on each end. What I've done is I've took wood screws and let me see if I can bring you a little closer without getting you sick. Okay, focus, please. There we go. Perfect. What I've done is took 4 flat wood screws, I don't know what number these are. I've got some with Phillips, some with straight, and marked it pre-drill or set this piece of track down and marked it where I want these screws to be at. Pre-drilled the holes, ran these all the way down to the bottom of the cork, and then I laid my track down and I backed them up, each one individually, to where they barely touch. Excuse me. And then I went and measured at the end. As you can see here, these two is my positive, negative, and I've got two at the other end too, positive, negative. I'm trying to get this to where you guys ain't gonna get sick on me. Positive, negative, positive, negative. Okay. Now what I've done is this one loops to something on a piece here, and this one loops to a piece here. All you got to do is reach underneath. I've got a door latch. Unlatch it, lift up. You're out of the way. But on each end, let me see if I can bring this up to you. Okay, work with me. As you can see, these lines right here go to 2 pieces of copper on each end. They loop up, back up, and tie into the track here. That's what these are going to do. These are going to connect to the track on both ends. I've got brass pads here, and when I close it and lock it down, what's carrying the current from each track is those brass pads that are making connection down there. That way, when I lift this up, this section, this main section right here that I started on is a dead track. On the other end down here is where the current's coming in. Excuse me. Down there is where the current's coming in. I've got a feeder here that jumps over to feeders on this side. Same thing here. Brass pads connected. That way when you do lift it up, there's the brass, there's the wires. I haven't got this set yet. But there's the brass pads if you see it. I'll get that out of your eyes maybe. But that's what making the contact on this end. And all these are on this end is a this and this is a set of cabinet hinges. That's all they are. Cabinet hinges. And you know this is old because it's true value of $1.99. But they're the kind of the hinges that pull out in a way, you know, lift up. That way, it really ain't gonna interfere with anything on this end. As far as the track 4 road bed, everything from, I can't even see where I stopped. Well, from here, where you see this piece of cork ending, right here where these snippers are, the same amount on that side, on the other side, is permanently down with wood glue. I mean, the cork's down with wood glue, the track is down with wood glue, uh, everything on them parts. I don't want no expand or no movement whatsoever out of this track. If it does move, yeah. But I've had it tested, and I've tested it with heat as far as, letting this room warm up, and also tested the room with AC on. I didn't get no movement out of the tracks as far as the gaps go. Oh, excuse me, that coffee is just too good to waste. And on here in a minute, I'm going to show you how I did everything. But I took my handy dandy battery drill with the cutoff wheel, and instead of going straight down, I went at an angle on this end. Would help show you what I was working on, huh? I went on an angle on this end. That way, when they lift, it's lifting this way as far as pulling away from the track. My game plan today, why the wife is out with her best friend and my grandson's at school and my son's at work and the coffee is good, I'm going to mount this and take you through the procedures. I've already tended these ends on this. When I tended these, I did these. Like I said, I didn't do no track on this or nothing because I'm not going to waste it until I figured out that this was going to work. And it's working. The first thing you need is paste. A good, don't unplug it. I'm gonna work it. A good heating iron or a decent one. Something that heats up fast, because you really don't want to overheat this area because of the plastic traps, of course. I usually I'm gonna try to do it to where you all can see it. Maybe. But just remember, when you do whatever way you make this, this section right here has to be spot on. I mean, there cannot be any kind of pushment in the center of this when you set these screws. I back them down maybe to where you can get a hair through them. That way the solder can come up, climb up underneath it. But ooh, my belly growling. I just fed it. Because I figured I was going to go live for a little bit. And yeah, I like a paste. I like it, but I clean it afterwards. Um, I do tend these parts here. This I don't because I don't want any extra heat here. And if I can find it, I'll use it. If not, there it is. But this little section right here that you see, as far as the track, is permanent from here. Well, I'll show you down that way. It took me a week just to do this section because I don't want it to I don't want it to screw up. And that way you as soon as that solder lets on, I'm done. Boom. No heat, just enough to let it grab. I can't get any on that. There we go. Dabba do ya. But my nephew, he had a rough time there at the end. But I pray that he made it right with Jesus and hey John, how you doing, bro? Thank you for stopping in, brother. The only thing that you gotta remember, I had to fix my boo-boo last night, is don't glue, yeah. Don't do the wrong tracks. That way, then once this is setting up, let it cool down a little bit because I do. This one has the most room, so I'll start with this one first. Of course, always the farthest away from y'all. If my fingers will work with me. I mean, it just takes a second. Boom. This one here, I cut myself a little shy, but we can still do it. Maybe. Whoa, that got warm. When all else fails, add a little bit more, huh? I usually have a set of tweezers somewhere. Well, you know, I look over my shoulder and there they are. That way I can guide this. Maybe. And you always tug on them because that's what happens. This one here just gonna be stubborn. Put some weight on it. Have you ever had one of them days you just want to go fishing? I just got a lot on my head right now. You know, we live on TV, huh? Yeah, I'm still plugged in. Maybe. I don't know. I know one thing I'm gonna invest in. That was a good solder right there. I'm gonna invest. See, you say something and it automatically goes to it. You know, you say you're gonna invest in a new soldering gun, and boom, it grabs. You say you're gonna invest in a new vehicle, your one starts running good. Come on, baby. My supervisor over here asleep. I'll show you him in a minute. My little pretty cat. Now that's got a good tent. No, boy's that warm still. Put a little bit of weight on it, maybe. For some reason, this one just don't want to. I'm live. That's why. Last night when I was doing, or the other night when I done this, it, ooh, son of a biscuit. Um, it went right together. I mean, boom, 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 boom. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a little mark. Hey Jerry, how you doing, brother? Woo. Mm, that burnt. No pun intended either. That's hot. Oh, just sitting here today, just screwing around. I figured it'd be a good day to go live. Because the wife's gone, house is empty, cats are asleep, and cats sleep in the weirdest position. Ain't no lie, man. God, how do you sleep like that? Little rubbing alcohol on a burn. Now let's see if I can do this side. Alright, dude, you know what? It was trying to tell me something. Remember I told you about doing something and make sure you got your track right? That's what it was trying to tell me. That's why this one was giving me a hard time. Now it won't want to go. Like I said, these are cut just for the way this track's supposed to be laid. Now, let go. My screws line up. That's why this one was giving me such a hard time, because it knew that it was on the wrong side. And it was trying to tell me that. And if you all believe that, I got swampland in Florida. Oh my goodness sakes. I think it's a good day to go fishing. Like I said, it's got a lot on my head. Worried about my sister. Worried about my mom. You figure yeah, see now that one grabbed good. Uncle, nephews are supposed to outlive their uncles. Me and my nephew was close when I was up home. But like I said, he's in a better place now. He's not suffering. I done burnt the flux off of this, so now I gotta redo it. Whew. I apologize if I'm not watching the screen, but okay, we have connection because it was on the wrong side. That's why it wasn't going down. Let's pull these down just a little bit. That way I can roll them over the midgeon and get the back sides. Of course, most people would have started with the back sides. Most smart people would have started with the back side. Not me. Hey, Wig, thanks for stopping in. I'm just trying to keep from burning myself. That way, well, that did leave a mark though. Okay, let's see if we can do the backside without torching myself. And hopefully this will go to plan. But as usual, it's not. There we go. That one took. This is the most time consuming part of it all. Because you got to worry about the you got to leave room for the joiners. Because if you put your wire too close, you can't get it in. If you put too much solder on, you can't get it in. Come on, grab it. There you go. But I hope everybody's had a good weekend. Bingo. We have contact. Oh. Pull that side down and then this side down. And voila. Okay, now that's step one of getting this to become a lift out. What I usually do is I put these here. These are shear pins off of a miner, underground miner. And that's 1 inch by 1 inch solid stock. And if it shears that, you're doing something. I mean, whew. But I like putting these here for heat shield. That way it does kind of protect some of the plastic tracks. And then just come in here on the side and touch the rail and the screw at the same time. And you will see it, grab it. Oh yeah, suck up underneath there. That's a pretty solder right there. I do got to say, and when you know I just put the heat shield on the wrong side. Oh. And it won't take until they're both heated, that's for sure. Come on, fingers. I almost stuck that solder in my mouth. Takes a second, but once it hits, the screw ain't heating up. That ain't good. Like I said, it's gonna be one of them days, ain't it? Why not? 2 for Tuesday. Oh. And this has to join, or it's defeated. I'd like to see that Phillips part of that head filled in on the other side. I've got penetration, it's sticking. Oh, yeah, there we go. That's what I wanted. Perfect. Because it gives it a nice little, nice and pretty shiny. I mean, you can see how shiny these two are. That's good to the track. We'll do the back side the same way on both ends. Put the heat shield over there, dummy. Do it right. Ooh, that's a pretty one. Beautiful. I do say purdy. One more. Woo! There we go. That way you have a solid, hopefully, one rail. Lay that over there so I don't burn myself again. And you can tell these right there are your best friends. Because if you go across something, you can feel it, any kind of imperfection in it. And that feels good. Now, most people are going to cringe from what I'm about to do, but right now what's holding this in place is them 4 screws, those 2 wires, and these 2 wires. As soon as you cut it here, it's going to get weak here. These will move. Like I said, everything I do on this from here down is getting permanently cemented. And I just take and fill three tracks, maybe 4, and it is not going nowhere. And what I like about this glue is in 10 minutes, it is workable. You can paint it, stain it, and do whatever you want with it. Now, just for GP reasons, like I said, and these weigh probably, this one right here, about 1.5 pounds. And that's a lot of solid steel right there. But you know where a shear pin is? It's, you know, the shear pin on a boat motor down by the prop. Well, that's the same thing. You know, that little tiny wire, that's a shear pin for a miner. Now, once this sets up, while this is setting up, I want to show y'all something. I'm unplugging the hot iron right now because I don't want it to fall and hit my floor. Oh, the money we paid for this rug. But right now, this is not movable. This lift out is permanently in place right now because of that track. Once it dries, I'll cut it. We'll be able to lift it. Let me see if I can do this real fast. Oh. And I've been testing it. As far as the track and everything, as far as if it's gonna work. And I figured what better way to test this is to run these over it. That's about as far as I can go because that's where the track ends. Um, but let me get you down here. That way my buddy Joe can see. um, now this is a CNN 4497. No sound, just DCC. But there is no fluctuation whatsoever as far as how the couplers will go like this. Right here, there is none. There is no fluctuation whatsoever. And I figure what better way to do it is to use these three cars. I don't want to use the engine Jack gave me, or I bought, because of the sound and dirty track and constantly cut in and out. You know what I'm saying? So I just been, as far as running trains, um, that's it right there. I guess this covers the cover hopper challenge and the boxcar challenge all in one. But I just wanted to get it, and I love that sound. Sounds like you're everywhere with a crossing. But I've only got maybe 4 foot, 5 foot of track up. Because this is 34. The lift out itself is 34. Roughly about 5 feet of track. And why we watch, I mean, this wood glue is I want to make sure I don't have no movement. You'll be able to tell once you solder these tracks down if it's going to move or not. You can feel it because there's a good chunk of track ties taken out right there. You got to make sure you don't overheat that area because of it. But now I have nothing but time to do and waste. Yeah, I'm not gonna be in any hurry. Um, like I said, I'm running I do have one feeder in it. As you can see right here is one feeder. And I have my DCS 51. I'm not wired in any way. I'm not. That's the first wires that are on the track is right here. And that's what feeds this lift out on this side. Um, there'll be like I said, there'll be a separate zone for the backside there. But as far as the layout goes, let's see if I can do this. Come on, work with me. The bench work is, there's my supervisor. That's Patches. That's the cat that adopted me. But I've just been slowly going at it. I still haven't got the braces on that one yet, nor do I have the lift out room yet. Don't want to make you sick. I had to bring a space heater in here because drywall wouldn't dry. Had too much moisture in the air. But like I said, there's still no paint on the wall or the ceiling. I'm in no hurry to get this done. I want it to be perfect. I do not want no flaws in it. I want to be able to just to run it. Sit back and run one and enjoy it. Now, as far as the peninsulas that I was talking about, over in that area, I still don't know what's going to go, which industry. Because I am having deadlines, is what I call them. Like from where Southern would come into us back in the day. What was the other one that come down here? I think it was Great Northern also that used to come into West Virginia for coals back in the 70s. I got it wrote down in the back room. But there's going to be spurs that go off and go like into the wall and be buried as far as hideaway tunnels, you could say. That way, have an engine, what they call them, with no engine, a dummy car, a dummy engine sitting on that line of track like they're coming into the yard or something off the wall. But I've been pushing an hour today. I want to thank you all for stopping in. You got to see more of the work than me today, which that's a plus. I'm still in shorts. Oh, And I'm back. Gotta love live streams. There we are. Gotta love live streams, huh? No, the battery on this thing, this laptop is old and it does not hold a charge. So you have to keep it plugged in. Well, I accidentally bumped it. Well, welcome, Heath. Thank you, brother. But now, let's see if we can do this again. Gotta love live shows, huh? Okay. This is not going nowhere. I mean, I love this glue. And what's nice is it dries clear. It don't look like that, as far as the white stripes. Now, when I laid my track on this one, I ran a bead the full length and buried these ties in that wood glue. That way, it don't move. But right now, I am going to, I'm going to mute my mic. That way you guys don't hear the dentist tool. And then we'll see where it goes